Okay, so this is for June, and we're gonna go into some summer talks for a little bit today. Um, you know, because it is uh, so intense right now with everything else that's going on. People are getting ready to come out more than usual because it's hot. And so we got to kind of sort of pace ourselves and kind of keep those type of thoughts in mind. So just for 2026. So I want to talk about our products so far. So the products that we've been manifesting have been like for PR packages and campaigns and things like that. So I've been kind of on the fence about kind of sort of how to implement a particular influencer type of mode and idea and what that looked like for myself. And what I've learned is that you really have to follow a very distinct piece, not based off what everybody else is doing, because there's been many influencers where I've been like, okay, this is cool for maybe about what, a few weeks, maybe a month or so, or something like that, maybe a year, give or take. And then I start to pick up on signs and clues where the distance is created now further and further from relatability. And that's a no. That's not where you ever really want to find yourself as a creator or influencer. um, so you definitely want to find a lane that is beyond just what everybody else is doing. And that's how you can really hear your own and then manifest what that need is so that it kind of sort of goes away on its own. And that means that, okay, I think I'm just going to stick to our bullets, y'all. So products manifestations, y'all know what that means, manifestations. So dream life with hair care PR. So I had no idea that the young lady that I was getting ready to manifest and become is a young lady who started in the field of hair care and beauty brands and things of that nature. I couldn't have been a tech field. You know what I mean? But I have this unique niche. I know that means niche for beauty and to easily pick up on it and very sincerely, which I also found is very rare. Um, so that probably is why that is even a thing the way that it is. Okay. So I don't know if that was helpful or not, y'all. I really, really didn't. I really do not know. So I mean, everything is so tight. So at the point in time where I was really concerned about manifesting hair care products and things of that nature, everything just seems to have been inflated. And then right before that, I realized that it was a stall moment where we were constantly dealing with the Lewinsky and Putin and awards and things like that. And then on top of the escalation from that, it had gotten even deeper because I guess Putin didn't really want to kind of sort of call his truce. He just continuously kept bombing. So we just really wasn't resolving anything. There was no resolutions within sight. So you got nervous, we all did. And now it has even been more amplified because the gas prices have gone upward because of Trump's decision to go to a war thought pattern on the country when dealing with Iran. Now, I don't understand why we want to just murk the Iranians. Like, that reminds us of the Israelites. Hopefully, they're two different countries because then that's just going to be like that's I think our ran our it's like it's such a small little place, you know what I mean? So it seems odd that it's always the littlest person who gets the most of the bullying done. But anyway, maybe I'm wrong, I'm tripping, whatever. You can tell me in the comments if you like. And so again, that just goes to show, you're a black female, you young, you single, you getting older, you want to settle down, you want to solidify your life, you want to build something that's really going to resonate and stick for generations to come. And you know what I mean? That is a very crucial moment where young ladies are going to find their surroundings either in harmony with that or kind of sort of like, wow, what am I going to do? Because they're not. And that's where I found myself. And when I was in that area of thought processes and mindset and thinking patterns, that is a very pivotal turning point. And just because you're maturing, you're trying to settle down. I know myself, I was in a very stable relationship and I am like, wow, everything is really flowing much more positively than I thought that things were going to. So why now are we hitting this wall? And I had to kind of sort of, you know, go through that second in order to even be here to speak to you all today or with you all today. So there's that. And then to dream beauty brands, you know, so when I thought about brands and particularly speaking that were like dreamy, I had no idea. I had no intention of how to manifest the things that I needed that even aided in the particular hair care because they were really hair care products in particular speaking. Like I knew that I needed shampoo and things like that. And that is where the beauty brands and hair care routines and things of that nature actually started to manifest from some of these PR packages, which again, sometimes the ladies want to know, well, how am I able to kind of cash in on this or something? Well, one, figure out what the true desire is. For myself, like I said, with shampoo, um, and just hair care products, just in general. Then I started to have other little, like, moments where, like, I wanted a Chanel bag. You know what I mean? Like, I just desired secretly, which, you know what I mean? Sometimes, eventually, you'll find the courage to share even some of your deepest, darkest secrets. And you have to work up to that though. But it reminds me of that similar manifestation point. You have to really know what your desire is. And then you'll see opportunities that will manifest those desires. And that's where you have to start. And that's what took place. So the manifestation from those desires started from and especially with the shampoo and hair care, which was influencer. So influencer is INFLUENSTER, influencer. And that's where I started to manifest the PR that was geared towards, like, if I list some of the ones on top of my mind, it's like a Craves is a shampoo 2-in-1 conditioner. There is a native brand that's cucumber and mint. That's a shampoo and conditioner duo. There's a Shea moisture that is a not a trio, is a bundle that is like a in between wash spray with vinegar and scent, like an apple and shampoo and a conditioner. I've had multiple head and shoulders shampoo and conditioners. Now, I don't know if this is just going to carry us over until we land our next dream gig because y'all know I'm a writer. So, like writing is a really big thing that I love to do. So, if there's ever a role where I can do those things, most likely, then that is a way to bridge some of those ideas that I actually can stomach and take and tolerate. So, tolerance is a really big part of differentiating between some of the things and ideas that you need versus some of the things that you just may want. Like, I want white sneakers, but do I need white sneakers? No, but I want them. Do I need shampoo or did I just want to have millions of them on hand? like, no, I seriously needed shampoo. And then you can find those ways to manifest it. Because again, I think this year I grossed it like close to 10 grand. I think the year before that it was probably a little closer to 10 grand than it was this year, which again speaks to the tightness that we were talking about with all of the war and the Iranians and the battleships and the bombings and all of those different moments. And then the prior year to that was actually the closest to like maybe 10, a flat 10, if you will, or something of that effect into that nature. But this year, that really was not the case. And so, um, yeah, so the difference, so the next tab is going to go into the differences between stack, I want to say influence, and between influencer. So, the very, like, and so people, if you, for my women who are unaware of what stack influence is, stack influence is kind of sort of like a free PR place to that you can go for products, and you'll review some of the products on your socials in exchange for their free products. The catch is the first few, especially the very first one, is free. They'll Zelle you the money, or PayPal it to you, Vimo, whatever the current niche is at that point in time. And then you'll purchase the product, you'll send that to them so that they can kind of sort of, keep a monetary record and track of what's going where. And then your item comes, and then you kind of sort of keep them updated, and then you post your review, they approve it and things like that. And then after you do that first one, you go into other ones, then they say you buy it and then we'll reimburse you. I didn't really like that, so I stopped going to Stack Influence. I kept feeling like I had to continuously come out of, like, continuously keep shopping and buying things, and I felt like that was kind of sort of defeating the point and purpose. Like I wasn't ever really getting ahead. I felt as though I was. And then another thing about, like, me too is that the fact is very frank and simple on Influencer. The honesty of the reviews has to be something where you feel as though you cannot fake your thoughts with people. And that's first and foremost. You can't fake a need. You can't fake, people say this all the time, tears. You're not, it's involuntary. So that's another really great trait that you need to have when you really want to work with brands, because you have to, people say be authentic. You have to really give a true, accurate thought to these multi-billion-dollar brands. And that's not easy. That's difficult, to be honest. Sometimes you're most likely are going to be the bad guy. I think Jasmine Turner says this quite a bit. You have to handle the comments. You have to really, because your honesty is what drives the sales. If you love it and you really like it, then other people will too. And that boosts the ratings where they want them to go, which is up. So there's another thing like that. So if you're a liar, or you're a person who just likes to do what everybody else do, so you're not really going to focus on the product's improvement of the things that have taken place in your life because of this product, then this isn't something that you really are not going to excel at. Um, so just keep that in mind and be very mindful of your thoughts and your attitudes, because that is really what's going to put you on. Okay. So those were the differences as to why I picked one over the other. So difference between influencer. So influencer does not require any money upfront. The only things that I've seen so far that I have to have something was either with like a gift card or something like that. Then I had to go to the website, which I never really do those. Maybe I'll work my courage up to doing those one day. But like I was saying y'all earlier, you really have to be able to take those bullets. And that's difficult to do, all those stones and things like that. And that's challenging. But the rewards are fun because the products are, like I said, from multi-billion-dollar brands. So, they have yet to fail to disappoint. So that's always a really great campaign. And as I think about other things in influencer, most of them are always just, are willing to post these on your socials? Yes or no. Is your socials public or private? Yes or no. We only can do certain ones, so they have to be public. And people tell me all the time, when our socials are private, our employers and the campaign managers and the people who are in charge always see that as there's something behind this profile that someone is trying to hide. And they always saw that as a negative. So this one is a little longer winded. So I really apologize about that. So who was best and why? So it depends on what you're looking for. If you have money just to blow, then I definitely will recommend some of the stack influences. They have Amazon, different places. We all love Amazon. But if you're a little more money inches conscious, like myself, I'm a very money saving type of energy as I grow older. So I choose influencer because that allows for that. And then how to sign up. So on Influencer and Stack, just go to their websites and it's very simple. You just follow their instructions basically. Um, why is it that you need to sign up? Well, myself, I'm a social girly. I like honesty and I like being honest with people. I feel as though that's one of the main reasons why I've gotten as far in life as I have. And that is something that I like radiating. And why you haven't signed up, maybe you just don't know. Maybe some people just aren't aware. You know what I mean? So hopefully this video has done some form of enlightenment and has kind of helped you figure out some of the ways that you may choose to want to have go into your own path as you continuously move forward. Um, to ladies into whatever paths it is that you may wish to pursue. So with that being said, I thank you for watching. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Like, follow, and subscribe. If not, you know what I mean. I'm just um, want y'all to know about some products that have manifested that type of abundance due to a sincere need. Um, so I'm guessing that has resonated with somebody out there because it resonated with myself. So that I'm out. Hopefully y'all like I said, have enjoyed and will like the video. And let me know what other content is something else that y'all may want to see. I know these videos sometimes are kind of like, what are you talking about? But these are some of the ideas and topics that I just create right off the top of my own head, my mind, my brain on my own. Myself, you know what I mean? It's not nobody like feeding me anything. Some of them are kind of like with AI and things like that. But for the most part, like this today, it's just something that I totally created originally. There was no AI or nothing like that. This is just personal experiences that I thought was going to sort of be helpful. And I feel as though these ideas have helped myself. So hopefully, like I said, you liked it, and I will talk to you all soon.